We will reach out to all New Yorkers, regardless of immigration status, issuing municipal ID cards available to all New Yorkers this year. We want to make sure that no son or daughter of our city goes without the bank accounts, the leases, the library cards that make everyday life possible, simply because they lack identification.
That, of course, the new mayor during his State of the City address yesterday, and his plan to issue city IDs to all residents, no matter their legal status. Now, doing so, it'd make New York the largest municipality in the country to issue such IDs, making it easier for undocumented immigrants to open bank accounts, lease apartments, even go borrow library books. He also wants to raise the city's minimum wage to what de Blasio calls a living wage. Okay, now, let me ask about the IDs. You got any problem with the idea?
Not necessarily. I recall when the new incoming governor, Elliot Spitzer, tried the same thing, and it was a firestorm
about, I think, though, right?
Okay, driver's license, but it's sort of the same idea. It would be great if it works, but I don't know if the undocumented residents, if they will have faith in this process and go ahead and get these IDs, because they may not believe in it.
You know, the only criticism, Andrew, I heard from lawmakers who went on record, at least with it, was they're worried this opens up the door that these IDs could let undocumented immigrants vote. And if they vote, all bets are off here. They're not legal residents. They shouldn't be able to cast a vote.
I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, you want to vote in a municipal election, you live in this city, you're paying taxes in this city, even if it's under the table just as a sales tax or something like that. I don't have any problem with that. At federal elections, it would be something else. But what do these IDs do? They can get a bank account, lease apartments, or borrow library books. What terrible things. What horrible things that we have to keep pure as for citizens only in this country.
Should it be limited?
Can you imagine living without a bank account and trying to...
should relax here. They're not changing the laws as to their legal status. The ID will accurately state what the ID states, no more, no less. It will not be permission to vote. It will not be permission to do things that the law otherwise doesn't give you permission to do.
I happen to agree with you, but let me play devil's advocate. The idea that you're awarding illegality, those in the back of the line here, those who played by the rules to try and get there, some of the same rights that they've earned here are being afforded to people who cut the line.
They're not. They're giving them an ID card. They're not given any set of rights that they don't, the law doesn't already have. It says, hello, my name is Richard French, I'm from Paris.
he's got issues with Paris.
Dominic with his beret.
I mean, everybody relax.
It actually makes the entire society better off, because if you're going to keep it, first of all, it's expensive being on the outside of the system looking, and you got to go to like a check cashing place to get paid under the table. And to be fair,
there's 10 other cities, including San Francisco, even Trenton, not too far, that do this as well. Okay, I want to get to the other one, the living wage.
It's not an increase in the minimum wage. Minimum wage is paid by the private sector in its private business. Living wage has to do with those who receive taxpayer benefits. In other words, if you want a subsidy for your real estate development, and Ruben Diaz, the borough president of the Bronx, was just great on this. He said, once you take the public subsidy, you have a public responsibility. That seems to me to be just obvious. You're going to give a developer a subsidy so he can impoverish the workers? I don't think so.
Pretty good argument. I mean, no, that's the way it's been framed by those that support this. And if you are going to take the public tax dollars, then do you really get to dictate? I mean, whether or not you're going to impoverish someone else? So I happen to agree with Mr. Brodsky on this one.
This is going good. We should go to Paris together.
How does the governor feel about this?
I don't think the governor is mad about anything on an economic basis that gets him off his Tea Party austerity right-wing economic policy.
That's a little strong. Tea Party, austerity, Andrew Cuomo in the same sentence?
Estate tax cuts?
Okay.
Tax cuts, property tax cuts for business? No increases in education spending?
Regular election year politics.
Paul Ryan
payrolls,
would love government jobs. Andrew Cuomo's economic policy. What Andrew Cuomo's done is he's moved hard to the left.
I know the left, but I don't think this governor's opposed raising the minimum wage like a lot of the Tea Party folks have. I
don't know. Has he?
No, I've heard him agree with needing to raise the minimum wage on a national level. And I think that includes New York.
Let's see what happens.
When we come back, we're going to talk two people who probably don't see eye to eye on too many things here. Monica Lewinsky and Hillary Clinton, but for some reason in 2014, they're all the news again. What's this all about? We'll talk about that after this.